y'all, welcome to Sweet Tea with Grace. I'm Rebecca and I'm here to spill the tea on the reluctant single mom life, where we're finding the fun, the light, and a ton of grace throughout the chaos. So go ahead and grab you a glass of tea and come on and sit a spell, where we'll pour out the truth and sweeten it with a little grace. Hey y'all, welcome back to Sweet Tea with Grace. I'm Rebecca, your host. I'm so glad to have you back here. If you followed my last video, you know that I was child-free and carefree and just living my life, worried about my career and school and just different things of that nature, and just being a single woman in general. Well, about 4 years ago, I had a change. I had a shift. I had 2 pink lines show up. Now, those 2 pink lines erected some feelings. And I know a lot of people tend to get happy and excited and nervous, maybe a little scared when they see those 2 pink lines. That was not my reaction, unfortunately. My reaction instigated guilt and shame and just the utmost negative emotions that could have ever come out with having a child. And I had spoken with a family member throughout my pregnancy, which I cried 90% of, by the way, and that wasn't just hormones, that was just me crying. And I had expressed my feelings of, I feel like I'm emotionally 17 again. And through some things that had happened during that time of my life and what have you. Well, they had pointed out some things that I had achieved since then, and it helped me to reevaluate my life and reevaluate where I sit with things. However, the feelings of shame and guilt were still there, even through the first year or 2 of my child's life. And I know people tend to look at things as a little one as a blessing. I did not see that during that time. And it's horrible to say to some people's mindset, but to others, it's the truth. And it's not something I want to say that you're bad about or you're horrible. It's just something I want to express to let people know that it's normal to feel negative about things that some people feel positive about. And it's okay not to see it as a blessing right away. Doesn't mean it won't be. And because I had went through some things when my child was little, or before my child was even born, it allowed for me to eventually see it when my child was almost 2. And with that being the case, it brought about different feelings, different emotions along the way. Now, the first couple of years, the first year, the second year, I was basically in survival mode. Just trying to survive, being a mom and the changes that it brought about and the feeling of what do I do next in my life? How do I balance, work and being a mom and doing all the things and not feel guilty and not feel shameful about it? And how would my dating life look? Because again, I am a single mom. I have never been married. So for those that have a relationship where your partner's a partner, count that as a blessing. For those who struggle with that, I empathize with you. I really do. And for those that are in the same similar boat that I'm in, of being a single parent, I'm here with you. I'm in this journey with you. So as we go through this series, this journey, this thing called life, I want to continue to offer my insights, my story, to help those who need it. So as I was saying, my shame and my guilt came about when I found out I was pregnant. And you may be like, well, what were you shameful about? What were you feeling guilty about? My guilt was that my child would not be raised with a father. That my child was not going to be raised in a family, quote, family type establishment, the full family force. And another thing is that My shame was that I was a single mom. I was now a statistics in what it was going to look like and who I was. I was going to be labeled, oh, you're that single mom. Oh, you're that individual. And part of it's my own mentality of, I don't want to be a stigma, to society and the cultural norms and what have you. But then somebody had pointed out, and this is where I'm going to let my belief system kind of come in at. Somebody had pointed out that Mary, the mother of Jesus, was a single mother. She was. And Joseph still fell in love with her. So I'm not worried about the relationship aspect of it all. I'm just pointing out that even Jesus' mother was a single mom. So, and was favored upon. So, as we go through this journey, and no, it's not the same circumstances, and I get that, but we still need to give ourselves grace and give ourselves a laugh from time to time and not take life as serious as we try to. Yes, there are going to be hard times. Yes, there's going to be things that is going to set us apart, and that's okay. And we're going to struggle. And again, it's okay. So join me as we continue this journey. Hit subscribe and follow. Like and share on my videos. I appreciate anything that you're willing to do. And just join me for the ride. As we continue, you'll see more and more of how my son and I get along and the growth that I do as a person, because we all grow. We all change. I didn't expect to be a mom, and now I am. That's a change. That's a growth, because I had to grow into the mindset of being a mom. My little one has taught me and has grown in my little one's own way. So, again, it's okay to change your mind, to change your heart, to change the way you think and feel about things. It's our right as people to do so. So again, thank you for joining me on Sweet Tea with Grace. I'm Rebecca, your host. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Bye. See you next time.